What is up, everybody? This is your boy, Teran Rodriguez, host of Set Point here on OATIIZ Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And we have ourselves another guest here. We have none other than a UCLA men's volleyball representative, but we got a different one as we have none other than Alex Knight, the UCLA men's volleyball player. Alex, how you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
No problem, Alex. I know you just got out of practice and I know your time is limited, but it is really greatly appreciated. So Alex is actually taking the place of John Speraw, just as a disclaimer here. He's a very busy man. So Alex Knight is the next best thing. So Alex, your team is the number one seed of the NCAA men's volleyball tournament or the National Collegiate men's volleyball tournament. Talk to us how much that means to your program, even though you had some bumps and bruises along the way.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good accomplishment. That was our goal throughout the whole season to come in the tournament number one. So obviously this year has had some challenges, but I think we're excited to get going. I think we're happy with our position.
Now, last time I saw you, it was a tough loss for you all, losing to Grand Canyon. What were some positives that you all took away from the loss against GCU, and what can you do to make sure that never happens, as it's now win or go home for real?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was super good for us. I think obviously this year has had some challenges in itself, but I think that allowed us to come into this week super fired up, and it's been a good week of training. So we're excited to work on some things that we didn't do super well in that game and take that into the tournament.
Now, in the matchup or the MPSF altogether, MPSF tournament altogether, we saw you playing a different position as you're now the libero, kind of like how Ethan Champlin had to go from outside to libero. What was that like for you? And basically, how did John Speraw approach you regarding that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this year has looked different for a couple of guys, but we're just trusting that the coaches are putting the best lineup out there and we can perform with anyone on the court. And they asked me to play libero this year, and I've tried to step in that role as best as I can and do whatever the team needs to win. So that's my focus right now.
And then looking at the NCAA men's volleyball tournament or the National Collegiate men's volleyball tournament, you play Fort Valley State in the opening round. You actually have familiarity with them. What's it going to take to beat them and obviously advance and go deep?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've played them twice in my career at this point. So we went out to Atlanta a couple of years ago, played them there. So we're super familiar with them. They're a great group of guys, and I'm excited to see them again for sure. So I think we just got to focus on our side of the net and take care of what we need to do. And I think we're just super fired up to get out there and play.
Now, one of the standouts this season obviously has been Ethan, but Merrick has definitely stepped into a big role of standing out with some very tough serves, some big blocks, and some smashing kills in the middle. What can you say about Merrick and how he's such a great leader?
For sure. Yeah, he's definitely stepped up in a different role. I think, there's some matches where he doesn't get as many sets as he'd like, but he steps up in other ways. So he's had a super good year from the service line, and that's been super crucial for us to get some good wins. So I feel like every time there's a deuce set, he's back at the line and getting some aces for us. So he's definitely stepped up in a big way and been a super big help for us this year.
Are there any unsung heroes on this team that have really stepped up, or players that have been putting in work in the gym as well as the weight room?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of guys. I mean, obviously the guys you see on the court for sure have worked super hard, but everyone in the practice gym as well that you don't see or even that don't suit up. I mean, we have some guys that don't get any playing time or don't travel, but they're replicating opponents that will play. And so they're watching video on different guys and trying to match their tendencies in practice. And that's put us in a really good position to win. And so obviously people don't see that stuff, but that's been a super big help for us to be in the position we are today.
And then looking at basically this being your last week as an NCAA men's volleyball player, how eye-opening is that for you, knowing that this is basically the last dance for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely bittersweet. I've had a great experience here, so I'm excited to go out there one last time with some of my best friends. And so I'm looking forward to the last week and just going to give all we got. And hopefully we'll put ourselves in the position to be number one at the end of the year as well. So I've been super grateful for the experience I've had here, and I'm not ready to be done yet for sure.
Teran Rodriguez of OATIIZ Sports Radio, host of Set Point with Alex Knight, UCLA men's volleyball player. Just a few more questions and then I'll get you out of here. So playing in the tournament in Long Beach as opposed to going to Fairfax, Virginia, what are you looking forward to the most, and what could we expect from UCLA in this tournament?
Yeah, I think the Pyramid's a super fun place to play. Obviously, we've played there a bunch since it's close by. So, yeah, it's a different gym than we're used to with a really high ceiling, but we've gotten some good experience there over the years. And I think we're excited to be in Southern California and have a lot of our close family and friends come out and supporters from the university or just even students that are coming to come out. We're super excited to have a bunch of our close people there for sure.
And I know I already asked you this in the first time I interviewed you, but what have been some of your favorite memories this season? And this could be on and off the court.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is mainly off the court. I mean, we took a trip to BYU this year and we went after our match on Saturday night. We went over to the hot springs in Utah, and that was super fun under the stars. So I think that was definitely one of my favorite memories off the court. And then on the court, I mean, I think just there's been so many good deuce sets or big matches that we've had to play, but I think just it's been super fun to compete with some of my best friends out here. So not one in particular, just the whole season going to battle with some of my best friends for sure.
And then some of your best friends, a couple of them include Cooper Robinson and Zach Rama. Both have been splitting time. What can you say about those two and how they pretty much help one another if the other one isn't really performing all that great?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the great part about our team. I mean, anyone can step in at any time and make a big impact. And so it's really awesome when you have such high caliber players in the gym and they're pushing each other to get better every day. And I think them having each other to battle against each other every day has been made them both better individually for sure.
All right, two more questions for sure this time, and then I'll let you go. This is a fill in the blank question. UCLA wins the national championship again if they blank.
Good question. I think just focus on our side of the net, play 1 point at a time, and not get too big picture. Just focus on each individual point as itself, and you know, just try to be our personal best. Not think about what anyone else is thinking or doing. Just staying locked in within our side.
All right, and then for this question, the old saying goes: if you get 1% better, you're getting better, or it's all about getting 1% better. What can I, as well as everyone in the world, help make NCAA men's volleyball, or what could all of us do to make NCAA men's volleyball get 1% better? And not just NCAA men's volleyball, but men's volleyball and boys volleyball altogether.
Yeah, for sure. I just think the continued support that everyone has and coming out to games and, just what you guys are doing and trying to grow the game. I mean, the stuff you guys are doing off the block, all the things that everyone's doing has been super great. And I think we're seeing a gradual increase. And so just keeping that consistency, I think we could definitely see it pop off, hopefully sooner than later for sure.
Excellent. And are there any other shout outs or thank yous you want to give out before we head on out of here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just all the staff from UCLA that don't get seen in the spotlight all the time. The trainers, the wait staff, the managers, all the people that don't get a lot of spotlight. They've been super helpful this year, and it's a full team effort, and everyone's put in 100% of their work. So just a big shout out to those guys for all the work they've done.
Listen, Alex, I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your very busy school schedule. Appreciate you stepping in. He's Alex Knight. I'm Teran Rodriguez, and this is another one-on-one NCAA men's volleyball interview with a tournament representative. See you all next week.